Hey, what it do, what it do? It's your boy Q, and welcome back to YouTube, and let's get ready for another trip here back into the fog, again with some more OCE action. Now, we are at this point into week 3, where unfortunately, we did miss part of a series due to some technical difficulties, and our usual producer's PC unfortunately ending up KIA. So that would end up being Revolution and Assault. So we will not be posting that here on the YouTube, although Revolution did finish in a 3-0 set-based scoring. Now, in case you did miss it, we did have our other 2 matchups from week 3 posted here on the YouTube, where we do actually post daily DVD content, literally from like all over the world, NA, EU, OCE, even some 1v1s from our own personal channel. So make sure you smack that subscribe button as we do chase down 500 this summer. Now, K20 here, they are a newer team in the OCE scene, and they're really looking forward to like trying to piece together some W's if they're really wanting to progress towards the next part of the season, whereas Purgatory is a team that's been around the block for a minute as far as here in the region. Other tournaments for sure been looking good. We also saw them in a very tight matchup with Genesis here recently. So we're going to be getting started off here with the Deathslinger on the Suffocation Pit. Then moving to one of my favorite M1s to watch when it comes to the competitive scene, we're going to be seeing the Oni on the Cold Tower, then the Twins on the ARP, then if needed, the Cenobite on the Wrecker's Yard, and the Ghostface on the Rancid Abattoir. Don't forget, every like, comment, share, that all helps us out with that good old YouTube algorithm as we are chasing down 500 subs. So tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody about it. Enjoy watching this matchup here between K20 and Purgatory. And until we do catch y'all over here for the next video, man, don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard. All right, y'all, it's your boy Q, signing out. All right, let's go ahead and take another trip here back into the fog. Gonna be getting started off with Hungry for Hooks. Gonna be starting out on the Deathslinger side, and it does actually look like we found a survivor really quickly here as well. Gonna be finding, it's actually Kate. It looks like not gonna be able to, I think we're swinging just a little bit too early, where we're allowing a little bit of extra time, allowing extra revolutions. You just kind of gotta put your head down and force that pallet down sometimes, right? That's going to be our first tag here as well. We see her retreating to the far side of the main building, as the good old OCE legend Miss Barn would say, humping main back here, trying to do the best that you can. Of course, main building can be really tough to work around. Unfortunately, though, I think Kate got caught a little out of position. Good move by Hungry for Foods. I don't think we were able to capitalize there, unfortunately. Yeah. Does a good job here. I mean, at least able to keep them back. That gen's rattling back there behind us, though. Ain't that thing's ready to go? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Bunch of filthy gen rushers these guys are out here, just slamming the gens. And we see it now. Gonna be watching our survivors trying to hold the aggro down here, because as you look across the way, most of the generators that are left are on the top side. So Hungry for Hooks either needs to get a down on this side of the map, like right now, or you really need to retreat to that top side and play your 3-gen. True. Yeah, I was gonna say, when we unfortunately already threw that shack pallet too, if I'm not mistaken. So, just gonna be forced to corner up. But this chase has taken quite some time here. So,
That's the same chase with the stack pallet. That's too long. No pop here. Oh, they're going for the end game build with Nova and Rancor. It don't seem that the DMS is kind of that of a good perk when not paired with Pain Resonance, because it's not gonna give you that much value. Giving some of it, but what do you think about it?
yeah, I mean, the pain resonance, the big thing right now is you've only gotten one hook, right? Pain resonance is one of those, it's like pop. You only get value out of it if you get the sequential hook before it to kind of get it to activate, and especially when you talk about like the dead man switch here, only having that with no pain resonance. I mean, dead man switch is the same way. As you've got to be able to get the hooks to be able to get value. And you got a little bit back there, but Ace now moves up towards Shaq, and I mean, unfortunately, just can't capitalize on at least the first tag, you know.
She broke it. Okay, nice. A bit of a misplay from the survivors. They actually have a lot on their side. Dropping strong, and the gens are done. Now Noah is activated, giving a bit of a speed boost to catch Zaina much quicker than he should be, with 110 and I believe 9% stacking up on it.
Oh, with the stun from the locker, the head on, the huge plays.
Noah. It's gonna help him a bit to secure like 3 points. He should hook immediately. Well, was it the Nancy? Yeah, the Nancy was the person hooked. So if he hooks this, okay, that'll be more 3 points awarded to us. He's being greedy.
And we saw the for the people play. That was beautiful.
They just sneaking up to get the doors. They don't want to risk it against another. Missing the shot as well. Yeah, nothing. The testing BMing on the gates maybe.
Nah, just hanging out. Well, now here's the question though. Where's the ace?
Yeah.
Oh.
Left. Like against Noah, you haven't cleansed a single door. You don't know where the spawns are. Is she the obsession? Is she not? Why are you trying Moria?
Oh, I was just letting him know what was up, letting him know what was coming. You know.
Yeah. So it's 3, 3, 6, and 9 points in total for the killer side.
Yeah, so we're looking at a total score of... Why isn't it adding the escape points here for the survivors? Oh, there it is. I apologize. So 9 to 18 here. So our survivors doing a good job here from Purgatory coming out. Really on the survivor side, usually what you're hoping to do is either minimize the lead since there are more points available on the killer side, right? Or maybe even take a small lead, but to come out on the survivor side here and double up, that is, sheesh, that was a performance by the survivors there.
Yeah, really good, really good. Like you expect the killer to earn more points in this, like as we've seen a lot of matches, the killer actually won a lot of points, so we expect the killers to gain like 24 points or around that, but that was a whitewash one.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just Purgatory coming out. I think, you know, just able to capitalize on that very long early chase. And sometimes when, especially those long chases against these people who can hit great skill checks, slam out those gems, man, the objective flies right off the table. That's what we saw right there. It was honestly a perfect example again of talking about a score of 18 for Purgatory, 9 for K20. So we're going to be flipping the sides here. We'll be back on the Suffocation for Deathslinger trial number 2 after a very quick break. All right, let's go ahead and take another trip here back into the fog here. Going to be hanging on board with Popcorn for Purgatory. Really needing to make sure that you're getting basically only needing to get 3 hooks most importantly, if you get 2 fresh hooks right off rip, the 3rd hook is guaranteed the set point here for you. So our survivors are going to need to play a very, very cautious game here.
Also, the build is quite interesting. He's not going for the full gen regression. It's like pain resistance, demand switch, and agitation to make up to the resonance hook. Interesting because he needs only 3 hooks, right? So he could have played a bit more casually, but yeah. Anyways, they don't want to risk it. They don't want to risk losing it after coming so good in the first match. And that's the first hit onto the Fang.
I think the Fang got caught out of position. I think the Fang was expecting a rotate from the middle of the map, didn't realize that Popcorn was right behind him. That does now result in 2 hits after we get the hit onto Yobro, the Dwight here. So we do have 2 different survivors who are going to have to find some safety, not only mend, but also heal. We've got some more scratch marks in the middle of the map. I know you and me kind of talked about it a little bit heading into this matchup, about the density in the middle of this map on Suffocation Pit, right? And it looks like our survivors here in this trial really seem to be using that to their advantage.
Deathslinger is making so that he's just gonna hit and run. He's not committing to the chase so much, because he knows if he's gonna try to do so, the loops here are so like intricate that he's not gonna get some clear shots. So he might as well just find someone injured later on. And looks like he's just playing really territory controlled and trying to prevent his gens from being done. That's an injured Fang on the shack. They might they're looping it from the back. That might be a hit. Yes, it is.
And that is going to be injured Fang here too, so that is going to be our first hook of the game. And when we talk about our survivors wanting to really limit the amount of hooks that they surrender here, hopefully they've taken some time to be able to knock out a couple of gens, or at least put up pressure across multiple gens. We're going to be seeing the pain resonance come onto this middle gen here, which is going to cause it to have some passive regression after that as well. We do still have the 3 gen intact up here on the top side of the map. We also have the unhook coming in real fast across the way. I don't think Popcorn's really going to be too worried about the tunnel out process, knowing that the fresh hooks are worth the most, and you only need 1 more fresh hook for the tie.
Oh no, he's not worried at all. Just the reason is because he just saw the gen that got regressed just got to like 0%. So he knows that no other gen is more than that progress. So he's just kind of chilling at this point, getting this hook and vibing on Suffocation Pit.
So right now we're going to be looking at, this is a 2nd hook now. This is big because that is that fresh hook. That means now at this point, K20 going to need to play a flawless survivor game here if they're wanting to take set point number 1. Gets done stupid, says Yobro here, adding plus 10 wood across the forehead of Popcorn. Gonna go ahead and hold shift W, working towards the little water tower. So for that reason, Popcorn just gonna go ahead and make sure we double check in on our hook over here.
Yeah, it's breaking the he's just kind of patrolling this area near the hook, because he has like 2 gens which are the center of the other gens, which might be a potential 3 gen for his areas, and he's in a kind of really good position where he has like 2 gens and a hook really close to each other for him to camp and prevent the survivors from actually getting the unhook. If he gets 1 more tag on a survivor, that's what he's trying to do, then he would probably guarantee that no one can come for the rescue. But that's guarantee a 2nd stage anyway. He don't want to hit that.
No.
He don't want to.
He even brought him next to the hook so he could watch his friend go to struggle. Popcorn, why you gotta be so dirty to him? Oh, I thought we were gonna hit that shot from range too.
Yeah, me too. Nevertheless, now he can just happily camp knowing that only Nia. Oh, there's a Nia. He would just, yeah. He knows only Nia can come for the rescue for the safe one. Otherwise, you're just risking of going down because others are injured.
I think Popcorn had seen some action back here, saw a little bit of movement. Oh, with the head on here, that's going to be the Fang. Unfortunately, probably was a little bit better off just vibe it in the locker, honestly, because we are going to see Fang now on the ground here. And Popcorn not even going to be worried about putting Fang on a hook right now. Just going to go ahead and force this survivor into the elimination.
I believe we've seen more head-on plays than DS in this
Yeah, buddy. Love to see it.
And also, I think they must start to change their strategy a bit, because the person who has head-on is always seems to have DS and a quick and quiet. So they might need to change it a bit. But yeah, up to them, because that's more predictable right now. Everyone has sawn the builds multiple times. Everyone's using it, so can't look up for it, man.
This is gonna be tough. I mean, you're talking about right. You're already to the 3v1. Anyone who's oh no, and Nia's here as well. I was saying anyone who's played DBD knows how big the pace changes once you're down to a 3v1. When you talk about the only healthy survivor here, gonna get found in a chase. Nice firecracker here though. Oh, but still able to get the shot. Popcorn says, nah, I still hit those, homie. Onto the ground you go. And that is going to be another hook stage here. Popcorn just, man, just cooking right now.
I think they won already.
Oh, yeah, they've definitely already surpassed their win condition here. I think right now what Popcorn is hoping to do for Purgatory is really setting the pace here in set number one. Even though it's going to be still the same score, right? The 1-0 after set number one. But what it's going to do is it gives your team more momentum. Not only does it give your team more momentum, but it takes that momentum from the other squad as well, right?
Yeah. It actually creates a fear-mongering on other killers that, oh my god, we just got 12 hook 4K on 2 gens left. Then there'll be more panicking in the mines, and that will make potential more mistakes. So, yeah. It's kind of goes beneficial either way. They got the rescue, but
I mean, right here for the survivors, it makes sense if to go for the rescue. See, if you need to hope that whoever takes this next chase, whether it's the Nia here or whether Popcorn does decide to go find Dwight Deasy somewhere taking it easy, this next chase needs to serve some juice, because if you can at least get one more generator, that at least moves that win condition just a little bit higher. We hear this generator back here on the backside of the main building. That thing's knocking like a Ford in the middle of the winter. That thing's just about ready to go. That thing's a rocket getting ready to get to popping. We see all 4 pistons pumping on this thing. So kind of surprised, honestly, to see Popcorn not go for at least a passive kick here, knowing that maybe we have an additional survivor lurking in the shadows. Whoever this is here might have been able to rotate and finish that generator. Now, though, is zoned kind of onto this Pride Rock here.
yeah, this is a Nia injured as well. If she does she? Yeah, she does have balance. She just dropped and left. Ooh. A really nice play. Dwight might be pumping the gen too. Whoa! Wow! How that wasn't a hit?
And see, this is kind of what I was talking about with the dry kick, right? Because the dry kick earlier would have, granted, Dwight would have came back, as we can see, and stopped the regression, but it would have given you a little bit of information had Dwight tried to hide out in the shadows here. Now going to be seeing the Dwight down. The question is, do you go for the slug right away, or do you go for the pickup? Does look like we're going to go ahead and pick Yobro up. Kind of makes sense, since this is your last survivor that you have not hooked yet. So
he's proceeding to go towards the shack side. He knows the hatch is going to spawn shack side. So he's fresh as well. Oh, that makes some interesting plays. Because I thought he'd be like at least second, but I think I didn't pay much attention. So that's why I thought that he's gonna take him to the shack side, so potentially to close the hatch. So, okay, he found. He's not gonna get the hit. Oh yeah, that was a really good hit. I was just waiting for it.
The one through the window there.
Barely, man. He was gonna go for that again, but this was stupid.
Unfortunately, not enough distance to really build here as far as for our Nia to be able to get to the unhook. I mean, Popcorn doing a good job with the zoning, not, getting themselves too far out of position.
He's just going for the shots. You know they already won, so you can just have fun. Although they have to just finish this match anyway, so might as well just have fun.
I thought that was gonna connect. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh.
Okay.
Now this is interesting because now Nia
she knows
avoids the miss here. You can build some distance trying to get to the shack here. The hatch is going to be popping up here in about 5 seconds. And it's going to be, no, stop it. Stop, no way. Oh my goodness, we got Nia getting stages out the door. That is an absolutely huge play here from our survivors from K20. Unfortunately, you had already had the win condition for the set point, but for K20, we had talked about it, right? These survivors are going to have to come right back out in set number 2, and they're starting on the survivor side. So to be able to kind of get like a little moral victory here, right? You get a couple stages out the door, knowing you're going to be coming back out on the survivor side on the Oni nonetheless, a killer that requires a lot of communication, especially early, preventing those early hits, making sure that you're rotating over. You love to see the game end like that, even though it still results in that same loss as far as in the set based, right?
Yeah. Also, Oni on Cold Tower is kind of actually brutal because Cold Tower is a map which favors line of sight breaking, and with a bit of a mind game, Oni actually does get early hits. If you don't play, if you don't play pallets well, like the pallet gyms where you don't have line of sight, and like the better pallets which against Oni are good, like the filler pallets in the center of the map are the only ones which are better against the Oni, as far as I believed.
Yeah, and the other thing with Cold Tower too is that we often see a lot of killers try and use those early hooks kind of more central, which allows them to monitor multiple gens as well as being able to kind of monitor the unhook as well. So going to be interesting to see how K20 uses this time in between sets here. We do see we're already going to be getting the invite, so we are going to be starting set number 2, the Oni on Cold Tower here. Remember, for set number 1, 39-17 in favor of Purgatory, and we'll be right back after a very quick break. All right, let's go ahead and take another trip here back into the fog. Going to be on the Cold Tower here, not to be confused with the Cold Shower. We are going to be seeing Purgatory out on the killer. Keep in mind they did just take set point number 1. Does look like we found ourselves a survivor. That's going to be the Nia back here at the shack, sitting around the 45-second mark. Knows that you don't really want to be wasting too much time over here in the corrupt side, wanting to make sure that they're really monitoring the gens, especially because it's one thing when the 3 gen that's corrupted is your top side, right? You don't mind taking a little bit of an early chase there because you expect the end game to finish there, but when this top side is exposed, you definitely want to protect it.
True. At the top side, you mostly get 3 gens which are really strong to defend. It's like so claustrophobic 3 gens that even if the slower killers would easily defend them. That's what the top side is. Even if I play, that's probably my favorite side to defend as the 3 gens, even 4 gens as well. Is that Bamboozle? No, okay.
Nah, he just wanted to do his best impersonation of his friend named Walter while being also a vaulter out here. Kind of surprised that we didn't take the time to break down the breakable wall there at main. Honestly, breaks down that loop a little bit for our survivors, especially because it does look like this is the area that we seem to be wanting to monitor moving forward. We're going to be seeing the Fang able to get the vault here into our short wall jungle gym, working our way around. Might even try and move this thing a little bit more back towards the bottom side of the map. We hear a little bit of progress on this generator up in the top left, or what a lot of our competitive players would call 11. Not sure if we had somebody actively working on that generator or not, but we will see as we rotate towards the shack. The corrupt intervention off the gens, which means we've been in this trial for more than 2 minutes. Don't be surprised to see at least 1, maybe even 2 generators.
The survivors are playing how they're supposed to play. They're playing really safe. Not a single hit and 1 gen popped already. That's how you play against an Oni. Haven't seen this in a while. You don't give him like if he hits you, you give him half of the power he needs, and then the second hit is full power, and then there's a potential of snowballing. Is that fight over? Yes. That's 1 hit on Claudette. Nia about to get his power. Vault also gave him the power as well. So there's one blow up and he has his power.
Yeah, not just the vault, but also we saw their big value from that splintered hull add-on too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what the add-on does, but sure.
So the splintered hull add-on is just, it's gonna get, it gets more orbs during the rush attacks. That's why we do see that being one of the more common add-ons, especially in comp here. We see it very commonly used in the other add-on there, the one on the right down there, is the Lion's Fang, which is actually going to give our killer here 10 additional seconds. We usually see the splintered hull. It's the Lion Fang that sometimes gets swapped out for the Akito's clutch. The Akito's crutch, sorry.
I personally prefer the speed, because that's like 10 more seconds and also increased speed, so you transfers quicker, and also you have like more duration. So I prefer that better, but yeah. I didn't know this add-on even existed.
Yeah, we've been seeing it starting to come in more, especially because it was around 6 months ago. I don't know if the OCE scene talked about as much as we did in the NAEU scene, but there it seemed like Oni all of a sudden passively started getting an increased drop rate on the blood orb. So you throw the splintered hull on top of that, and that's part of the reason we started seeing Oni becoming a very popular pick in other regions, because you get a lot of uses of these powers here, as we're going to be seeing our killer using at this point to traverse the map, check on these gens. Oni's power spike and that snowball potential really second to just about none when you talk about killers across the way, like across the board. That's going to be a swing and a miss though onto our Fang.
Should have actually gone for the Fang, considering he does not have any general aggression in his perk slot, so he literally has to turn someone out. The person who may have hit before, I believe that was the Fang. Okay, the chase is with the white, and if the chase goes more than a bit more longer, he should commit. He should not commit to the chase. Blind as well.
Not sure if we got the chain blind there from the Dwight or not. Oh, tried to get the last second value from that Lion's Fang there. Unfortunately, no connection. Generator number 3, we see those Shutter Auras thanks to the Rancor here, but that Survivor is pre-leaving. I think that's actually our injured Survivor. Yeah, it's going to be our Claudette here, going to be able to get the quick ball. This is where, unfortunately, oh, we did actually take the one front door down. Yeah, I feel like you still could have at least broken this other one down, at least opened it up a little bit more for you, but man, feeling the pressure. Only 2 stages right now. Of course, it is Oni, so you have that potential to swing things around, but not even too much of a 3rd gen unless you can kind of continue like that middle gen in with these top 2.
Yeah, I think Cold Sour is more of a small map, the smallest map in the game, so ultimately Rancor would be more of a use, because you can just hover on the map easily. I believe as of an Oni, Infectious Pride would have been a chase, more snowball potential one, or else you could have just put on Deadlock to slow down the gens a bit. I'm not sure Rancor is helping Oni that much.
It's been interesting here recently, and I would say especially over the last month and a half, 2 months.
2 years.
Well, I was going to say even just more so, even just literally here recently, like Rancor over the last like 60, 90 days across comp seems to be getting a lot more popular with your M1 killers that tend to struggle a little bit, because then you can get that elimination on someone early on. Now in this case, it didn't, you know, I had accidentally clicked over the wrong scene. I do apologize for that, chat finger. But we are, the one thing as far as when, you know what, now clicking that screen just completely threw me off track about where I was going to go at that point.
That's still thing. The power's gonna run out soon, and I think this Fang is like second hook. That's a good choice to actually hook her and probably make some pressure on the board of making her vulnerable to being killed. At 1 gen left with no gen aggression. That's not an ideal gen you want to have, because that's like literally in a straight line across the map. Like one here, one in the middle, and one at the, I believe it's 7. It must be like a 7.
Yeah, that or if, I can't tell if that's the one that is. Do we have one that's like actually right in Shack, or is that the one that's next to it? Regardless, it's you talked about it. It's about the farthest spread that you can have on Cold Tower. And yeah, Cold Tower, you had mentioned before, is really one of the smallest maps. No, it's actually right next to it on the Pride Rock. So yeah, a little bit closer to 7 there. Now going to actually be seeing using the Demon Dash, tries to go for the flick, finding no connection here. Gonna be maybe using the power to go back and at least check it on these gens. I was gonna be surprised to see if maybe check it on the unhook, and instead just coming straight back to the corner. Not gonna be able to find the flick though.
I guess at this point, every survivor knows that the Oni is gonna like change direction, so committing to one direction would be like an option as well, because that would catch survivors off guard. Oh, that Fang is dead on her. So that if we get this kill, that might come in his pocket, considering he has no way out as well.
Yeah, something leads me to believe that we have got a generator that has to be darn near complete. I think that's part of the reason you go ahead and surrender the Fang, who's only worth a meager 1 point anyways, right? And then, oh, not gonna be able to finish this gen. We do also see a whole savings account of blood orbs over here. There it is. There's going to be the 5th and final gen complete. Also seeing the no way out proc. So 3 stacks of that, 48 seconds until our survivors here can start working on the door, about 12 of which have already expired. Now going into our power, trying to see what survivor we can find across the way. Right now, realistically, the ideal survivor to find would be Yobro, the Dwight, because that is a fresh hook. But honestly, you'll take what you can get because you are trying to set the pace here in set number 2.
Yeah, Nova's is just gonna get expired. It's not even the 4 stacks, so it was a whole 1 minute. I believe it's like 48 seconds. If he gets this Nia down, he can probably go for the snowball at the other gate. I believe they must be on the other gate. Oh, he had to be real quick at that. Oh, they're not on it. They're stealthing. Outlasting the power of Oni. Yeah, at this point we have to go back.
Now the good news is you do have some decently friendly doors. It's not like you've got, you know, complete opposite sides of the map.
But line of sight breaks as well.
But holy cow, they slammed that door though. And they're going to be getting some stages out.
Leaving.
Yeah, Yobro's going to go right away. I'm wondering if Claudette's in the...
No, Ranko. She's Ranko.
Oh, yeah, true.
Playing really safe.
So she was out at the other door. Yeah, so that's going to be 2, getting those 2 out. That's big stages out the door here for our survivors, though. 1 being the fresh stage, and then 1 person being only hooked once. So 5 stages out the door here.
5?
Well, because we had the 2 eliminations.
Okay.
So so that does going to end up resulting in, looks like here. Hold on, we got to get a score adjustment on my scoreboard because Yobro escaped. He was not killed. So that is going to be a score of 15 to 15 here. So, I mean, honestly, on the survivor side, doing, again, kind of what you want to do, right? You either minimize the lead, or at least, in this case, you tie it. So, at least hand over a pretty solid condition over to your killer here, right?
Yeah. Now, at this point, the Oni has actually did a decent amount of job in his killer work. Now, the survivors have to, like, pump out gens and not have to give any quicker hits to Oni as opposed to how the other survivors done it. It's 1 gen and 1 hit. That's the ratio you have to put up against once you're playing against an Oni. 1 gen, 1 hit.
So that is going to be coming out into trial number 3, a score of 15 to 15. We are going to be seeing K20 on the killer side, Purgatory on the survivor side. We will be bringing that to y'all here after a very quick break. All right, let's go ahead and take another trip here back into the fog, back on the Cold Tower. Going to be seeing Dado Dan out here for K20. Looking to get right around the 8 stage mark, or even the 7 stages. I think if you get all 4 fresh hooks, I do believe still get you taken care of, even if you allowed 3 out as opposed to 2 out from this last trial, since those fresh hooks really do give you the most value here in OCE. We do see finding a survivor here. That's going to be the Nancy in the middle of the map. Of course, we got a couple of these fillers to work with. Gets done stupid, dropping that thing right on the forehead. We're going to be seeing the brutal strength come out, which does allow us to get that resource out of the way a little bit. And with Cold Tower being a smaller map, I feel like you want to be careful with how quick y'all are throwing these resources down, because we're starting to create some dead zones in the middle of the map, which could spell trouble.
Yeah, as I said, true. They're kind of using this palace a lot more a free way, but with that being said, you kind of have to delay the hits as well. That's a firecracker attempt. Too late to be. But the third intervention that he got around the main building area is in his favor, for sure. But the survivors are not giving him any chance to get any advantage of the curve intervention. Looks like they're just playing really safe and aggressive at the same time, and pumping gens as well as knowing to run to safety at the slightest of heartbeat that they get. So that's interesting to see which way it goes, because it's probably going one-on-one right now. Oh, that's gonna be a hit. Might be a hit. Oh no, she makes a hit. That's gonna be a bit delayed.
And now at this point here, going to be able to... The only problem though is now we are going to see not really anywhere to go. No pallet over here to use. That's going to be our first tag coming in here for Dado Dan. But right around the same time that we see the first generator pop, and I do believe that is the generator that's reverse of the one that we had seen earlier. We'd kind of checked that one on the right side middle, or what our competitive players would call 3. Oh no! Getting stunned right before the tag comes in.
That was a smash it as well. That was a smash it as well. So she got a good amount of distance with that. Onto a tier now. Yeah, he just switching targets. Going for a healthy person and try to get as much as health states and hook states as he can. Could be a hit. No, he's not hitting it. Oh wait, what? The survivor just misplayed really bad.
Yeah, I think was expecting that by doubling back. I think they were kind of hoping that Dado Dan was going to double back around that short wall side, and instead ended up just kind of running right into the face of Dado Dan there, which is very unfortunate. Dado Dan will definitely take that, because that is going to be hook state number 1. They had done a really good job of preventing the first hook for quite some time. It is going to be interesting to watch as far as our survivors approach from here, because they have allowed for the couple of gens that have gotten done. Now you've kind of created an area that our survivors can rotate to for resets, as well as once they get the hook or unhooked across the way. We do see a lot of blood orbs over here. That's because we do see the Claudette here. That is going to be it down. So that is going to be another fresh hook, starting to build up some momentum, but it's been a while since we checked in on that 3 gen on our top side, right?
Yeah, he's got like 2 hooks and they got 3 gens, but that being said, the 3 gens that got done were at one part of the map, so he just needs to control now one vicinity of a match, which is like quite closer, and the survivors need to play really good, go chases and taking the killer far away from the gen of progress, the position of progress as much as possible, to actually get any benefit from this, because I don't feel like without that you're gonna get anywhere in this position right now. That's 2 of a 4 gen, really good one.
Oh, not gonna be able to find the connection here at this point onto the Nancy. Nancy gonna now play around this downed pallet. We do have a couple of seconds left in the power here, thanks to the Lion's Fang choice over the Aikido crutch here. Otherwise, we would already be out of the power. However, going to be able to use the power to at least get this pesky pallet out of the way here. we do see generator number 4 getting complete off in the distance. And as we take a look around, that does mean our survivors here from Purgatory have indeed played themselves into a 3-gen on that top side of the map. But I would imagine having only surrendered 2 hook states, feeling relatively good about it, especially seeing as Dado Dan's going to be taking this chase back towards the shack. Adrenaline, that's going to be a little bit of sprinto bursto, cuz does allow our friend Claudette here to get through the shack. Now allows for some distance, and that's going to cause Dado Dan to need to break chase and want to monitor. I thought we were going to monitor the door. I think instead wanting to make sure that we secure the Claudette. Claudette's right inside. No way. We're about to be seeing a hatch play. I'm here. I'm pretty sure. 1, 2. Stop.
There's nowhere as well with this power. Yeah, she's been greedy there. Ooh. She's waiting for the hatch. That's lovely. Exhaust as well.
Oh, no. Wait.
She was exhausted by adrenaline.
Oh, true. I didn't even think about that. I wonder if maybe they were waiting on. Well, I'll have to check the perks here at the end, see if maybe they were waiting on a dead hard there from Shell. But yeah, not going to be able to get the 4th survive round. Able to still get plenty of stages out the door, though, is Purgatory here.
5 stages, I believe. Is it 5 stages? Or is it 4? 4, I believe.
So as far as what the killer got 4 stages, so we got 8 stages out the door here as far as from our survivors here. Yeah, 1 fresh hook, and then yeah, 1 elimination here. So we're going to be looking at a score of 33 to 24 here in favor of Purgatory. So that is going to bring them to a 2-0 score as far as set points. And now on set number 3, this is actually Purgatory's pick here with the Twins on ARP, and it's going to be interesting because our survivors here for Purgatory have definitely shown to have a very good cohesive unit. So I feel like starting the 3rd set on a killer like the Twins, where a good cohesive unit is needed, if you can come out here and set the pace, and then in turn be putting the pressure on K20's survivors in a must-win 3rd set, that's really what you're looking to do here, right?
Yeah, I mean, they have to play now a bit more of a stealthy play style to not give the killers any more chances for survivors, any more chances with both the sides to, because now the play is of the Plague, I believe, and Plague is a killer, which if
Twins,
you don't play...
Twins on ARP here.
Is it Twins?
Yeah, Twins on ARP.
Well, then it's even more terrifying.
Yeah.
If you don't play against Twins, even if it makes slightest mistakes, Twins can punish it in a really long run. If you just don't heal, even if you don't heal, you still get punished anyways. And I think the play style against that is playing in group, like 2 of them, two pairs. That's the best way you can play against it. So if the Vixer pounces on one, you can take a hit from another, so that you can prevent the down from being happening. With that being said, you need heals to take downs, and I believe the healing perks would be banned for the against Twins.
Yeah, mostly all of your resets and everything here really kind of breaks it down to more of the micro, making sure our teams are able to stay, like you mentioned, right, coordinated, really trying to do the best they can for taking hits. Wouldn't be surprised for that reason to maybe see like a forced penance come out. We often see coming out on the Twins here, but it is going to be up to K20. This is set 3 here. You've dropped the first 2. You need set number 3 in order to keep going, and you're starting out on the killer side. That's a lot of pressure here onto Yobro. So we are going to be starting set number 3 on the ARP here after a very quick break. All right, let's go ahead and take another trip here back into the fog. Going to be on the ARP here. Going to be seeing the Twins, Yobro out here vibing in the Victor form, currently pushing up to the middle. So at least set Victor down. Of course, you have that kind of ability to use him kind of like a pylon, right? If anyone pushes by. Wouldn't be surprised, though, to see our survivors from Purgatory try and put a little bit of additional pressure down onto Yobro by running right at him is what I was gonna say there in the back half of that sentence, I promise. Now gonna be seeing Yobro though taking this chase here with Claudette up towards main. This is gonna be a really early hit here on, which is kind of surprising around the 60-second mark. Gonna want to be careful because Claudette did get caught out of position the first time. And you had mentioned how it's sometimes good to be paired up. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case around here. Might be allowing our 3 survivors to get past that double choke point, right?
Yeah, the parking the Victor in the center of the map is like the ideal strategy. All of the players approach to is like you just block one part of the map by using the Victor so that you get a killer instinct, and then you go to the other side of the map and push other survivors. Like that's a really quick down for the Twins, and I'm really excited to see how this Twins match go. As before, I was a Twins main too.
What's going to be really interesting here too is once our survivors realize that there is a ruin in play. I don't know if you happen to notice. I happen to notice where it's at right now. It is going to tuck back on the side of the map where Yobro is going to be probably trying to end this game at, if I had to guess. So right now in a good spot, you've got a survivor that is buried back behind the generators that were corrupt. So back behind this 3-gen over here. Also over here we've got the ruin, so you can vibe. You know that you were able to push Sin off the gen. Not sure if we had another survivor on that generator in particular. That'll at least start progressing here, but I think it looks like Yobro's good with vibing over here, yeah?
Yeah, that's a typical playstyle all the Twins acquire, which is actually so clunky to actually play with and play against as well. But if you play this way as Twins, you're like most probably guaranteed to actually get a 3k. Minimum you get a 3k with this playstyle as the Twins. So they're like so strong of a killer. Also, we get a chase with the Nancy on this fun bus. I think you should ditch it. I think he's going for it.
Yeah,
Gets the hit.
We're going to get the application. Going to be big here because we can probably anticipate our survivors were going to be trying to prioritize gens over friends. Yeah, no one around here. Looks like we're actually going to allow Shell to progress into the elimination phase here. And if that's the case, I feel like right now, as far as from Purgatory, you would really like to at least see a 3rd gen and then at least have, what, maybe half a progress into a 4th. We do see the 1 survivor moving in by themselves. This is patient.
Oh, that was a hit on Zarina. Let her get the rescue. That's supposed to be a board time as well, otherwise the Zarina won't run up. So, potentially gonna wait it out. If there's no DS, then that's death. They're gonna risk it.
Yeah, I feel like you've kind of gotten to the point where you can kind of play it safe. Oh, and she slaps him with the D. Like, yeah, this chase is gonna prolong a little bit here, but I mean, you got the homie Victor. He moves at 6 meters a second. He's gonna be able to push over to this side of the map, maybe even push some pressure onto this generator. Gonna get the application on the ace. We do have a slug across the way, so that's gonna require the 1 healthy survivor to have to rotate over, pick up Sin. You can continue your tunnel out here onto Claudette, and it's okay to overinvest time here. You've kind of given yourself that benefit, right?
Yeah, no. With two injuries and a 1 down, like that's 3 injuries that got picked up. You can probably just try and do the massacre which Victor does, is just slug everyone out. And yeah, the Nancy is the only one which is not injured, so he's just waiting for the Victor to come. There we go.
Yeah,
oh, breaking the balance.
We see that we were able to get the coolback down back for Victor. Wouldn't be surprised to, see him be released after that pallet break. Going to be moving through the shack here, seeing if we can locate which way the survivor happened to go. Going to go ahead and lock the Claudette in there. Really smart play. Go ahead and tell them why, though.
So by going to the locker, it denies slugging multiple survivors by just hitting them and then going for another survivor and get multiple downs. So by going to the locker, you deny the portion to Victor to leave the survivor, so the killer had to come and grab the survivor. That will that will probably deny the killer the ability to slug others. Yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah, and we're seeing the payoff, right? 2 generators for it versus had, you know, the Victor downed Claudette, then tried to go and find some of these other survivors, might have been able to interrupt at least one of these generators. So our survivors doing a good job, even though we're seeing a really good performance from Yobro thus far. I mean, honestly, Purgatory just really coming out and just pushing that momentum right back into their favor.
Yeah, it's 1 gen left, and they've just got 1 person injured, others are healed, so looks like they've practiced a lot against playing a Twins. And I believe, who is this about? They got, the Claude is dead already. Okay, so I believe Zarina is the one that's hurt, is it?
We have only had 3 hooks across 1 survivor here, so technically right now all 3 survivors are going to be worth the same amount of points here.
So Zarina was just slugged. Okay.
Zarina was only slugged on the backside, yeah, which did cause the Nancy to have to rotate over to pick her up. So when she ends up back on the ground here, you'll see her slug timer still progressed, but she has not gotten a hook state just quite yet. And I think for that reason, I was going to say I wouldn't leave her slug too much more, because you might want to use that slug timer towards the end of the trial. So that's going to be hook number 1 on the sim.
Yeah, that was I think a panic drop, which resulted in a down. Otherwise, that shouldn't be a down that way. But the Ace is the only one injured, healthy. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't. Yeah, you should just ditch him and go for multiple slug on Nancy as well as Zarina, and that's what we're gonna see here.
Getting crushed here. That's why you pair up, right?
If they don't have We're Gonna Live Forever, they might not be able to pick her up, and BS is out of the game. Well, he does choose to go for Victor Ball.
From distance, not gonna have enough, falls just short, catches the foot to the mouth, which does mean Victor will be removed and returned back to Yobro here. Yobro's gonna be forced with a decision, right? You know that you have 2 survivors back here behind Shaq, but you also don't know where the other one is, because Ace, where's Ace been? Is he on a gen?
Yeah, he must be on this gen. Yeah, he is. And he's gonna take the main building. The Nancy and Zarina should be resetting. The Zarina has the force penance, 60 seconds. And after the force penance expires, she's gonna heal as well. But probably they're gonna stay together as one of them is injured. So if one of them goes down, they can still pick them up before the killer gets there.
Nice juke at the window. Gets the crush as well with the clicks for the insult to injury. Oh my goodness.
With that being said, the gen that Ace was on is like 200% regressing with the ruin. So not the end of the world.
It's interesting here that we haven't seen the ruin get found, right? And this is something that we see survivors do often across comp, across multiple regions, really. Sometimes you'll try and just crank the gen out, try and hope that maybe your survivors can, hold the aggro for that 80 seconds to be able to just simply hold M1 and hit some skill checks. But that gen's, regressing back 200%. You figure even a generator that's at 95%, if it's untouched for 2 minutes with ruin, regresses all the way back to 0.
Yeah. Now also you saw that play that was really good by the side of Twins. The Twin actually charged the pounce, and then Nancy tried to dodge it, and then he just took the pallet so that Nancy wouldn't be able to drop it and got the hit. So good. Clean. So the chase is taking on to Ace. I was gonna say if he gets the hit, the Victor's gonna come out.
It's interesting to see that the Nancy and the Zarina there, that is, I was gonna say, haven't healed yet. But we do see at least the Zarina now getting reset. Probably gonna be seeing the Nancy getting reset soon. Right now, Yobro getting really big value from the Ruin. We see time and time again in competitive DBD where a killer will bring in a Ruin and that thing gets cleansed in 20, 30, 45 seconds. But this right here, this is a perfect example of why even with all of those instances, you'll still bring in the Ruin because of games just like this where we're talking about how long we've been in this game and you're still getting 200% regression.
True. That's the thing. Even it's believed that Ruin is not the ideal perk to bring into the comp, see how much value it gives you if the survivors doesn't cleanse it. And it's the killers that can hover around the map and pressure multiple survivors at times. The Ruin is just amazing. Also, it's not in a bad spot. Why they didn't cleanse it in the start of the match? I don't understand. Well, that's 2 injuries. So Victor, yeah, sure. Quick down.
Oh, Zarina, I think overcommitted, was trying to go for the spin. I think Zarina might have been able to get to that pallet space, and this is what you had talked about earlier when you jumped into the locker with the Claudette, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't allow for this to happen. Yobro now going to go for the slug, going to put Victor all the way up there, which does give him a little bit of info. Nancy not going to be able to get the hit onto her though. Oh, Ace not going to be able to get the kick though. Get the application at least there so you get 1 health state change back. So that's now going to give you a 10% slowdown onto the gens thanks to the application plus the slug. And it looks like actually Nancy going to be able to pick up though. Really good job here.
Ace is holding on to Victor because they know everyone's gonna be injured, so they have to hold. Actually, it's been said that it's not a good choice to hold Victor at the end game time, but that's to decisions where you have to make. You don't have to like be on the verge of predetermined decisions. That's what leadership comes into time, is when to do what. Now the Ace held the Victor for long enough, like it's 45 seconds, then he recalled it. But it was long enough for them to not slug Zarina or injure Nancy and then go for Zarina as well. Because that would have been terrible. So a bit of a confusing play by Nancy. I think she didn't know where the Victor was. And that'll give him the snowball potential that we were waited from the start of the match.
We're going to be seeing the survivors are going to be able to cleanse the Ruin. You had mentioned it was kind of out, right? Like it hadn't been tucked away or anything, so maybe. Oh no, Zarina not going to be able to get the crush here. Makes her very susceptible. Yeah, there for the down. You can hear the generator over here that was around 50% or more earlier when it started regressing for the Ruin, down to less than 1 piston pump, and so a lot of work from that Ruin there before it got cleansed.
They're healing. Zarina is not the person to go hook because the Charlotte is at the opposite side of the map. That's whom you want right now.
Now what you're seeing here, I mean, that at least allows you to return back to the Charlotte form. Of course, that does mean you're right here. Still next to the Ace, we've got Sin across the map, slugged. Poor Sid, man. Poor Sid. Look at that bleed out timer had started there earlier too. But it's been in a lot of the game here, horizontal. Yobro goes for the lunge. The pound's not going to be able to find the connection here. So back around this little Z filler tile we go. Now getting the down onto Not Vion, and that's what you were looking for. That is one of the 2 survivors that have yet to be hooked here.
And that's what I meant when I said in the start of the game that the Twins play is so clunky. Is because we've seen constant healing, getting injured, getting healed, getting injured, getting down, picked up, healed, constantly throughout the match. No gen progression, no killer is getting no value from the downs, the hits, because the survivors getting picked up real quick at the opposite side of the map. No progression on gens, like the slow progression on gens. I don't mean none, and no hooks for killer as well. So it's like equal game, but very like stretched out.
Yeah, get that kind of the long methodical gameplay that the Twins are definitely kind of known for, and Yobro just kind of a true example of it right here. We see, though, does look like we're going to be trying to hold on to the victor. This is B. This is our last survivor who does not have a hook stay here. So this really is the one that you would really like to get up on. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I forgot Beyond the Ace didn't get put up onto a hook, did they? They only just got picked up off of the ground. So we still have 2 survivors here that are fresh hook. Now going to be seeing this pallet removed. Of course, the victor was returned. Tier 2 Yobro quickly going to be releasing the little one back out into the field of play, working around the short wall, going to be able to get the down.
Nice.
I feel like here, since you see the reset, you just kind of set Victor more up for monitoring, right?
Yeah, you set it up and then get the hook. Oh, maybe you get the hit on the ace.
Oh, you actually hear that generator at the mid of the map there. Actually has a lot of progress. I understand wanting to get the application here onto the ace, but if you miss here, I was going to say, you're going to want to make sure that you at least secure this fresh hook onto B. That way you can still maybe try and make sure you get the ace at some point during the trial, so you get those very, very costly fresh hook points.
And it's also incapacitated, so you can't do the gen. So that's a bit of a borrowed time killer. Now just need to find Zarina. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was talking about. Because Ace is gonna hold on to it, so he's not gonna do gens. And Zarina we're just chasing. So I don't also believe. Is it true? Can you just correct me if I'm wrong? Can you rescue the survivors when you have the victor on your back?
I believe you can rescue. Yes, you can also, I have learned, you can do doors with the victor on your back as well. Going to be seeing the crush here at this point. Did get the down though. Oh no, and he gets the grab before the 5th gen is complete. That is big because that now makes the win condition for the survivors coming out here for K20 to simply get the gens done. Granted, we just saw in this last trial just how hard simply getting the gens done can be against a really strong Twins player. But to be able to avoid the 5th gen from popping now at least makes it so you don't have to worry about end game builds, because if you get to the end game, you've already won, right?
Yeah, true. Now we're just trying to hover around, find the last survivor that he downed. I believe it was Zarina just here. It was in this vicinity of the map.
Now this is what is going to be really tough though. Yep, there we found him. I was going to say, since it's Sin that's bleeding out right now, that's the person that spent the most time slugged. You can actually see on the ground there, quite close to expiring the entirety of that 4-minute timer on the bleed out there. So I'm not sure what resolution y'all are watching this in, chat, but that does indeed look like a 4K to me. Oh, wait a minute, a second, just a moment. Holy cow, we've got a wiggle free here.
I think they're gonna kill themselves. Are they going for it? Oh,
they got the 5th gen done!
Oh my god! Are they gonna get the rescue as well?
Stop!
Oh, rescue!
With the adrenaline on the unhook! No way! Stop it!
Oh my god! That's the play of the tournament.
That is so huge here. Oh no! That's gonna be a bleed out! That's 0 points on the Sin! Oh no! That's gonna be a— wait, is that Hatchet main or is that Hatchet Shack?
I believe it's— where is he going? I think it's Shack.
Oh no. We see— oh, we got the 2 doors over here, so that is gonna be the good news for you, bro. Is you are back over here. Bleed out though deprives stages. Sin had 2 stages. That's 3 points left on the table. That's the equivalent of getting stages out the door since you finished all 5 gens. That is huge for Purgatory here. Big swing in the end game.
I think they need to get 2 man escape round, or maybe 3.
So it's going to be all about like the stages that you get out, right? So right now, you've essentially added 2 stages with the bleed out there.
Yeah, true.
At this point, though, it is just going to be kind of delaying and waiting out the inevitable as far as for the elimination. You know, with the hatch already being closed, the doors being across the way, really no sort of chance for an end game play. Now maybe I can get one of my staff members that are in the back here to let me know if this survivor gets sacrificed
That's what I
to
was
the
thinking about.
entity versus a bleed out. What kind of point difference does that make? I think if it's to the entity, I believe it's the corresponding hooks, but I just want to get that confirmed. We see the nodders coming out here from Yo Bro back here at the shack though. And I am seeing getting confirmed that they would get full points.
Okay, so
it's like the same as if you were to get the hook here. It's just kind of like the moral victory of being able to say that I finished the trial upright, right?
also trying up for the 360 pounds there. Didn't quite make it, but
do it for the vine, bro!
oh, he's dead.
That is going to be the elimination here, though, in the end game. So it does look like that is going to result in 20 points here
Yeah.
for K20.
I think they need to get two minutes.
Purgatory with 8. So the score looks a little wonky because the points are deprived. I'll double check and do the quick maths in the break so we know exactly what the win condition is. But we are looking at a 12-point lead currently for K20. Of course, K20 was just out on the killer side where more points are available. So we are going to be bringing what could potentially be the 6th and final trial between K20 and Purgatory to y'all after a very quick break. All right, let's go ahead and take another trip here back into the fog. Gonna be hanging out with Sin on the Twins on the ARP. We've got a couple of survivors we found here around the fun bus, one of whom looked like they actually tucked up into the fun bus itself. One went back towards the main building, not shack. We were able to find the Kate though, and oh my goodness gracious, we got auras for days from the Victor there. Now going to be seeing the fast vault through the fun bus. Wouldn't be surprised to see Sin maybe even just take an extra second to try and force that pallet down since you're already over here and you know you got survivors all the way back here behind main, but instead does look like we're gonna go ahead and just go right after this chase.
That's a strong free drop with the Victor on the back as well. She just storing time. There's the recall, and I believe with Victor coming out, is it necessary? Yeah, if the Victor comes out, that's gonna be a really quick chase, a quick down, and potentially is it? No, okay, just kind of messed up. But
Fortunately, I was gonna say clipped on the edge there, right?
Yeah. That would have been a really quick down for him. And if he doesn't get it, that's a corrupted side of the map. He shouldn't be here for too long. There you go.
There we are now getting the first down. What is round 60 seconds? I don't have the corrupt intervention down the bottom right hand corner because we're in the Victor form. I think it's around this, about 100 seconds. A little bit longer than I thought it had been. So we're going to be seeing corrupt only here for about another 7-8 seconds or so. But this is going to be a hook far back behind what was the corrupt side of the map. It is going to be a 3-gen over here. Kind of surprised we haven't seen at least one generator.
Oh, the hit on the hook. He's angry.
You know, trying to see if you can rustle some feathers. You know what I'm saying?
We're seeing the same build which we seen in the previous match, like a corrupt intervention Tana and a force penance with a little bit of gen aggression with pop. That's 1-gen, but where you don't want to be, because that's like a tremendous, huge gen split. Oh, we say that 3-gens pop at the opposite side of the map. Then there's no need for the Twins to go there. At that reason, hit through the pallet.
Very unfortunate reading that pallet here. You don't want to give any free hits over to a Twins player. We got Dwight running right into where Victor was. We are going to see a judo kick here from our Claudette. Claudette, You think this is
yeah.
You can't Scooby-Doo into the tree here, homie. We see you. That is going to be a hit, though, onto the Claudette. That is going to be a pickup right behind us onto the Kate. Not sure if maybe... Oh, no, that's the unhook onto the Kate, I should say. So for that reason, we're just going to go ahead and pick up Yobo.
Yeah. The hook into the 4-gen that he's defending will be really huge, and the Victor is blocking the opposite side, so if the Claudette sneaks up, injured, he's gonna get her down. Potentially, the Kate is injured as well, so she must be like hiding and going to the opposite side of the map. That's the play I think the survivors would be trying to do. That's a balance.
Yeah, you would probably got the Kate and the Claudette, I would imagine, trying to lay. Oh, no, the Claudette's going to get down.
Oh.
Claudette, though, able to avoid the pounce, so is going to be able to stay upright here. But not sure if that's going to buy enough time for anyone. Yeah, not time for anyone to move in for the save. Can't help but wonder why we haven't seen a reset yet, because without the reset, really only Dado Dan is safe to come in for the save.
See, the reason I think that they are not able to reset is because the Claude is at the opposite side of the map, blocked by the Victor, because that's a bottleneck of the map, and the other two survivors are just at this part of the map where Nia is the only one healed, and the Kate does not. Yeah, the Kate does not want to show herself.
Oh, with the grab here as well. Second stage forced onto the Nia. We're going to have two hooked survivors right next to one another. Victor able to be put out into play here soon as we're far enough away from these hooks. Sin here really just taking control.
Now we just need to calm this up. Both of them are injured, can't get the rescue. Just get out the Victor. Get the job done ASAP. Trying to find some survivors. Healing, I think they must be. Yeah, there you go. They're doing the gen.
No, I think you wanted to make it seem like you were doing the gen, so you do at least just go for the quick pounce. But yeah, you're gonna be able to get the reset. I don't know if you can get. Yeah, I don't know if you get.
No, they don't. They don't have Vegan live forever. That's not an 8-second. That's 16
Oh!
seconds. That's a pickup. Okay. Oh, that's a force penance as well. So the Kate won't be able to heal for more 60 seconds further as well.
It's crazy that I registered that as a protection hit. Very, very unfortunate here. Going to be seeing Claudette takes the down. No! Whoa! I thought that the Victor was going to have just enough time. It doesn't end up being the case here. Now going to go one more time into the Victor form. Should be able to use the pools of blood. Is it locker? Locker.
Like they might be.
Yeah, they're in the locker here. We're going to go ahead and go for the pickup, though, onto the Claudette.
Oh, they got the wreck.
They made their way all the way across. Wow.
Well, the Victor is camping this way, so he can just leave happily. Oh. So the park of the Charlotte at the border of the map won't let the survivors know where the Charlotte is actually gonna come after the Victor gets crushed. Yeah, and now there's only Nia left, I guess, and you just camp this out. The Nia's injured, she can't get the rescue.
This is just really a performance of dominance thus far from Sin, not even needing to wait until we're down into a 3-gen scenario. Granted, it was given a nice little 4-gen on the top side. We ain't gonna let Sin slide on that. We will call it out when we see it, but Sin able to take the RNG that they were given here and really turn it into their favor. And we're talking about looking at a potential 4K at 4 gens, because there's the 4th gen popping right there, of course. But with the 4th gen popping, it does give away your location. Victor going to be able to see the blood pools. This is just more of a matter of, oh, do they get there? And oh, they're gonna be here for time for the save.
Yeah, it's there. That's okay. The close, the only one up, and she has DS as well.
Now, you'll notice what these two are going to do. These two are going to... Oh, no. That's going to be the down here. So now you're going to have to find all of your slugs. But if you can waste some time here, Atomic Kitten has a lot of the bleed out timer gone. There's going to be Dado Dan, though, with the Unbreakable. Unfortunately, though, Victor is right there. Now the Unbreakable's out of the way. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Just going to be securing this slug.
Flip-flop on Nia. Flip-flop and Tenacity.
Nia now moving away here. Unfortunately, though, you need multiple bleed outs, I do believe, at this time to make up for the bleed outs from the last round. So it was, what, 2 stages that had been deprived, whereas all of these survivors left are all death hooks. So, you know, if let's say if you find the hook onto Kino, but then just let Atomic Kitten bleed out, you're still down. You're still short a point, unfortunately.
True. Well, that's gonna wrap up for today, because the Purge won the 3 in a row. Deathslinger, Oni, and Twins as well.
Yeah, as long as we wrap, I shouldn't even say as long as we wrap up this hook, because yeah, this is only gonna be at one last point. So Purgatory here, and I mean Purgatory honestly has been looking very, very good throughout.
Adrenaline.
Oh, the Survivor was actually really close. Look at where those scratch marks came from.
Yeah.
Atomic was really close to being able to get to the...
They must be in locker. Head on. The they did locker upstairs.
I think they jetted out the back.
The scratch... Yeah, go for it. Okay.
Now it's across the way. I mean, if there's a wake up in play, maybe we get there. I mean, we do have Victor available, but even one stage out the door. I mean, it is a 2-point swing, though, right? Because it's adding a point instead of taking away the point.
Yeah. You're taking away as well as you're not giving it to him. 2 points. Oh, they got the.
Wait, you still get the out here? No way.
As well.
Wow. So you are able to get the escape. Nice fight to see from K20, but when we talk about for the set points, it is going to be a set number 3 for Purgatory. 33-28 is the total score here.
Is it 33-28?
Yeah, 33-28 in favor of Purgatory. So GG's all the way around. You do love to see the fight from our T's at the all the way until the very end there. Purgatory really looking to kind of continue. They've been looking good so far this season. So well, that is going to wind things down as far as for today. 2 3-0s. Of course, we are running a little bit longer because of the technical difficulties. Big shout out to everyone for hanging out and having the patience with us, especially the players kind of sticking through. Also, them being patient with our new producer, kind of hanging out with them. So definitely a big shout out to them. If you are watching and you haven't already done so, make sure you smack that follow button, turn those notifications on. That way we can catch you right back here when we start up week number 4, because we do have games over here Friday and Saturday starting at 6 p.m. Sydney time, which for those of us here in the NA side of the world, that's 4 a.m. Eastern time. Do your conversions as far as from there. I do want to say also, big shout out to a last second replacement on the desk. First time that I have had the opportunity to cast with you, and it's been an absolute blast. Yash, it was so much fun today, homie. Thank you for coming in and helping us out.